What's up, guys? Welcome to the next episode of Around the Town. We are super excited today because we've got Brad Lorkovic here from Dallas, our corporate office, or as we like to refer to him as, the Wizard. I'm Ryan Mahoney, Blake Manhart, and the Wizard. So, Brad, I think if you've seen some of our posts in the past, has been extremely instrumental in helping us behind the scenes with carrier relationships and educating us on certain unique situations and just where to place business in general.
General sorcery, wizardry,
right. Stuff.
Potions.
Exactly.
The potions are really good.
Brad is going to give us a little bit of some background on when Goosehead first started, because you've been here almost 10 years this year, right, Brad?
Oh yeah, July 20th, 2009 is when I started.
Nice.
What was it like when you first started?
A lot smaller. So the culture has always been there. Like the culture at Goosehead and TWG at the time has always been what it is today. Like that's always been an instrumental piece of who Goosehead is. It was just a so much smaller scale. Like I remember in 2009, that's when we first started rolling out Salesforce. We had a small office of maybe 25 to 30 salespeople, 3 people on quality control, like a service team of like 10 to 15 people. And ever since then, it's just improved and gotten better since then. So, because the one thing that's always been common is always that strive to be better and improve. You guys have seen it. We don't like resting on our laurels at all. We always say, yeah, this is great, and we got 95% of this right. What about that 5%? How do we trim that down and get that a little bit more right? But from there, we moved into the Irving office in Las Colinas. We actually had 2 floors, which is a big deal. And then
That's the one that we were...
Yeah, you guys were there for Discovery Day, and then a short span of about 5 years, we outgrew that space then, and now we're in Westlake.
That's awesome, man. I think the story of the growth is awesome to hear, right? You had, 50 total people involved?
Maybe
10
not
years
even,
ago? Yeah, and then when we came on in 2017, there was how many franchises? 150? If that?
In only like 4 or 5 states?
Yeah, I think you guys, actually, North Carolina was the 5th state to launch, if I remember correctly, because it was Texas, California, Florida, Illinois, and then North Carolina.
Yeah, and of the 150 franchises, 130 of them were in Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, year and a half later, here we are, and we've got, I think we're in 15 to 20 states now, 400 plus agencies.
That's crazy.
Over 100 on just the East Coast alone, so from New York all the way down to Florida, over 100 already.
That's awesome. Dang,
just from a short 10-year span, huh?
That's a 1-year span.
Yeah. 18 months.
1 year. My math is not the best.
What do you like to do for fun, Brad? Like when you're not working?
Ironically enough, travel, which kind of lines very well down here in North Carolina. But, love traveling to different countries. I'm sure you guys have seen.
You have a good friend in Japan, right?
Yep, best friend lives in Japan. Fiance is originally from Bosnia, so we'll go back over there. But just seeing different cultures and how people interact and just seeing all the differences.
Once you get there, it's pretty good, right?
Japan?
Your travels.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's don't fly with me because my luck flying, especially into LaGuardia in the New York area, is awful. Everywhere else
It gets delayed a lot. If you see the Wizard, get on another flight.
Yeah, I think my fiance was 1 or 2 flights away from putting that in stipulation. Just like, hey, you're on your own flight. Good luck. See you there.
What's your favorite place you've been to?
Tokyo, hands down.
Tokyo.
Really?
So it's the biggest city in the world. And everybody there is very polite, and it's almost like this sense of like the greater good. Like nobody's going to be a jerk or like trying to ruin your day. They're going to go about their day, you're going to go about your day. They're going to be polite if you're polite to them, and they just take a great sense of pride in everything that they do as well as where they live. You'll never see trash thrown on the streets. You actually won't even really see any trash bins. Period.
So there's no trash cans.
So where do they put it?
They take it with them in their backpack and throw it away at home.
Interesting.
They'll have recycle bins all over the place, but
It
trash cans, no. It's
No trash cans in the city.
It's the biggest city in the world?
biggest metroplex. Yeah, I think it's like 38 million.
I did not
It's
know
like
that.
the greater Tokyo area. Yep.
I did not know that.
Size is an issue, I will say that. So if you're claustrophobic, maybe not the best spot for you, but it's everything is vertical there too.
They just build up.
Yeah.
All
One
the
place
land
they
being
can go.
used. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the industry as a whole, and maybe just a couple tidbits for the insurance following that's out there about how you think you're going to make headway in this industry going forward.
Well, I think the model is dictating and the industry is dictating that clients want choice. Like I think ultimately it's starting to get to that to where they want an agent that's knowledgeable and they want the power of choice. They want to see multiple options. Especially with the internet and technology these days, it's rare that you go and you just walk into a store and you say, "Oh, that's the price for this." Okay, it is. No, that's not the case. Like odds are you're going to go on Amazon. Can I get a better deal here? Is there a discount code that I can use or anything like that? So like consumers have basically said that they want choice. So
Being able to shop it.
exactly. So that's why the independent model, you see so much steam and people gravitating towards this is because they get that choice. And especially with us at Goosehead, it's having multiple options, a lot of products for different situations, everything like that. We're positioned very well in that model. I think it definitely is playing to that strength. And then the other aspect, of course, is just technology. A lot of new consumers, they want to be able to at least electronically sign for their documents or just pull up their ID cards or little things like that. So technology will keep increasing, but I think that the power of choice and then just having a knowledgeable expert who can guide you through insurance also helps as well. Because for you guys, how many times have you had a client come to you and say, I know I've got a better deal because this price is lower, and then you look at the actual coverages and there's nothing.
It's not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we
It
talk
just comes
about
down to a bottom line.
how do people compare coverages anyway, especially if you don't know what you're looking at. But also just the way insurance companies lay the information out is confusing enough. I mean, we look at them all the time. Ryan says it all the time.
We look at that.
We look at these all the time, and it's hard to find what we're looking for.
Oh yeah.
In this particular example or whatever.
You need Nicolas Cage and National Treasure to decode that stuff.
To
Right?
find a
So,
deductible
yeah,
option.
that's
Yeah,
exactly right.
deductible or whatever it is.
HO434-B form. And,
Need one of them
Yeah.
HE21.
See, Brad knows all the cool insurance lingo too.
cool's a relative term there.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
Well, let's see. What are you looking forward to doing in North Carolina while you're here, man?
it's actually a pretty short trip, unfortunately. So I'm flying out here in a couple hours. But really, I mean, I enjoy coming to the office and seeing like you and the other agents like James and Dirk and Carlos and everybody, and just kind of getting a feel for the environment that you guys are in and like what insurance means to you guys on a local level. Because we tend to have a very big picture level, being in Dallas and seeing all the different parts of the state. So it's like we almost kind of call this like boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to know what's important to you guys, what's not important, what's relevant, what situations that you're bumping to that may be only particular to your area that you're in, stuff like that. So it really just kind of helps open our eyes and just kind of see what you guys see as well.
Yeah.
Where are you guys expanding to next, Brad?
We've got an agency opening in Georgia here in, I believe, a month or two, and I think Tennessee as well.
Oh.
So there'll probably be some more expansion in the Northeast, just since all those states are so small and close together. Yeah, it's just kind of rounding out. It's we really just kind of follow where are the population centers, where are the good spots, to where insurance is really needed.
Nice.
What you listening to, man? What's your favorite music?
It's all over the place at this point.
What are you listening to now, Wizard?
I think I was listening to some it's called trap, so it's kind of like EDM style, but it's more like a mix of like EDM and like hip hop. So I listen to that sometimes. I've got a couple of playlists whenever I need to focus and get work done that I'll listen to. Always been a fan.
Trap's
I thought
the
T.I. was trap music. He used to
So that
trap music.
Yeah, that's one of them, but there's a couple artists that are like more of like the EDM style of trap. It's kind of like an infusion of the two. But
I
always
don't
listen.
think I know about that.
Yeah. It's
Trap.
Does
There
that
you go.
surprise you? I never heard. I just remember Ti going trap music, trap.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I'm so far over into the fish.
Well, you are
Scene.
40
I don't
now.
know. Yeah, I'm not cool
We're
anymore.
lucky you can walk.
That's right.
ARP
Man.
card is calling.
Yeah. ARP card.
All over the trap music. I wasn't expecting that, Brad. I don't know. You got any funny You got any funny stories you want to relay?
Not that I can think of, other than just kind of the ones that I've told before. I do have a good one talking about going out and meeting referral partners and going on visits and whatnot. Back in 2015, when I joined the support team, pretty much our only territory was Texas. So we broke up Texas into like North, Central, Houston's like coastal, and then West. And then we had California, but it was so new at the time that it was like 5 agencies. So we'd help out Texas agents. So I'd go on visits with like people local in the DFW area. And I remember I went on a visit with one guy in this one shop, and it was early in the morning, like probably 9 o'clock or so. Solid visit, but like we walk in, nobody's in there. It's kind of the lights are off, like people are just kind of getting in there. But we meet with the one loan officer that they met with. Everything goes fine, everything goes good, no big deal. And 2 weeks later, I'm with another agency visiting different shops, kind of in the same area. It's like just different. Like once you start hitting up a bunch of shops in a row, you just kind of lose track of where they are. Walk into the shop and lights are on, everybody's at their desks, everything's going. It's a really busy office. Like, this is awesome. That's what you want. It's the exact same office I was at 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't even tell the difference, because the difference between going in there at 9 a.m. and going in there at 2:30. And I didn't even put it together until the lady at the front desk was like, "Yeah, I've met you. You saw you 2 weeks ago with the other agency." So that was a fun, nice little way.
The lights come on at noon.
The lights go
Yeah.
on.
The lights come on at noon and business
Right.
starts cranking.
But, that was always a good one
That's
as
a-
well. I always like to give myself grief on that one.
We sometimes say that nothing happens in our office until like 4 in the afternoon till 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Some days.
So that sounds familiar.
Some days. So if you're watching, call us before that. You get
Yeah.
exceptional service.
Because we're only doing stuff like this. All right, guys, friends, thank you for watching this episode of Around the Town. We hope you enjoyed this one with our good friend Brad, also known as the Wizard, who shared a little bit of shared with us some stories of what Goosehead was like in the beginning. It's always fun to listen to how everything got started and see how it's progressing now and how it's just kind of growing leaps and bounds.
Blowing up.
It is blown up. Catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Comment, give the Wizard some love. Share this with all of your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you soon.